Okay, today we are going to talk about business game. This is batch 12, but this is batch 1, group 1, circle 5 from Kenya. And basically, the business game is highlighted to be a Thailand country that is still developing, country from Europe. So we find we want to find out the review of Thailand. We have Thailand, its capital city as Bangkok. Major cities, we have Chiang Mai, Hut, population we have 68 million. Now the team members for group 1 circle 5 are here. These are the team members: Jared Okemwa, I Lawi, Gideon Tanui, Nancy Orina, Betty Mudari. All these are the team leaders. We want to know the first task which we are supposed to do in this country, as we know that this is the new country. This was the first task we are supposed to do. Now we came up with this. As this is a new country, we are starting with the resources. We have to have the internet, team knowledge received in the school, and $50,000 which we have been given to start MMM in Thailand. Now the business plan will take us this way. The following are the action which we are supposed to carry out. First of all, we have to analyze our SWOT analysis based on Thailand, creation of adverts on social networks, social media, conducting of seminars and presentation in popular places. We have sharing of promotional incentives. These are handbills, t-shirts, pens, leaflets, and others. Now we have the first task which we are supposed to do. What is the overview we are supposed to do? First of all, we have to see the target groups. The target groups are the unemployed citizens, students, workers, entrepreneurs, stockbrokers, all these. Now our target participants are 3,500. We are targeting about the amount of up to $100,000 in. Now the task one, we have the budget. This was our budget analysis. We came up and you find some hotels with accommodation of $25,000, transportation of $8,000, 15,000 interpreters, promotional materials of 2,300, sound system of 2,200. Now our total came up to $45,000. Our expenses now will be $45,000. We have a balance of $5,000. Now we go to week 2. We have been told that a week has passed. You are a foreman. We have been told that the individuals that will join, the participants, are supposed to contribute amount of $300 each. Under the regulation of MMM Global, you must at least 30% growth in terms of participants payments, starting with the first contribution. So this was the task. We are supposed to calculate how many new members and contributions we have to ensure in each 3 weeks in order to be able to make the requirements means to the older participants. We have to pay the older participants. So what we have to do, this is our average donation. We have total initial deposit made by the earlier participants. The total amount of their 30% reward. Now we have to come up here. At first we had 3,500 participants. We multiply each by $300. We get amount of $1,050,000. Now we have to come up with the total amount of their mafros. What was the total mafros? 30% rewards. This was 3% of. Now the total amount we have gotten, we got $315,000. We come to the registration bonus. We know that registration bonus contributed from $5,000 to $50,000 is $20. Now we multiply the number of participants with the number of dollars, the $20, we get $70,000. So the extra amount we need to pay the earlier registered participant is $1,050 plus the registration bonus plus the total amount contributed. We move to next task here. Now, therefore, we have to task 2. Therefore, we have to pay the older participant an extra amount of $385. whereas the total amount of the initial deposit is 1,050. This was the total amount we generated multiplied by 30. Now, when we want to generate the extra amount, we need new participants. So we have to divide the amount we got from the older participants. We divide by the amount we are supposed to contribute. We get now 1,284. So those are the total amount of participants needed to pay the older ones in participants. We move now on week 2. We saw that there was an increment of participants. Participants increased by 3,000. We got to 6,000. Week 3 there was 9,000 participants. Week 4 there was 12,000 participants. We move to next part. Task 2, there was resources needed. We had resources that was required to do, and our summary was as follows. We have previous balances, which we had $5,000. We had expenses of 3,000. Now the expenses are these resources that we needed in order to marketize MMM, having known that this was a new country. Now the balance we remain with was $2,000. In task 3, we are being told that a month has passed and you are earned. Now the same plan for another month. We are supposed to provide another plan for another month now. This month, this was the budget we had. We have known that we had in week 1 3,000 participants, in week 2 we had 6,000 participants, in week 3 we had 9,000 participants, and week 4 we had the same. So therefore we be having 6,000 times 2 referrals. Each and every time we are seeing that the participants are growing multiple of 2. Now in task 3, we should note that everything is working fine, but within the period there must be intensive training of guidance, but there will be little or no seminars within this period. Our budget was now, we had already expenses of 3,000 and the balance was 2,000. In task 4, we are told that after 2 months you have the number of participants and deposit that you have calculated. Now you can calculate what you need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the month, there is the local holiday in Thailand, which is celebrated during a week respectively. And we are told that the registration falls by 75%. What we are told that we have to make a plan of action for a month. What resources and how should we use them? The right amount and contribution. We come to this. This is the support target now. What we are supposed to do at weekly target participants, which was 3,000 participants, that one they reduce. We have to find out the number of participants whom reduce. The 75%, we are seeing here that 75%, that was 2,250 participants reduced up to 750 participants. The registration drop was from 3,000 to 750. Now, what we are supposed to do is for the remaining 3 weeks, we need 3,000 participants plus 750 or more. Now we have to calculate here 750 each and every time. We must provide daily or weekly basis. The participants should join up to 750. This was the plan of action. In order to attract the more participants, we had to do the registration bonus to increase. We have to increase the registration bonus. We have to give the guiders should come together. We had to unite guiders and try to organize a charity events and block those accounts that were blocked if at all there was any, and to encourage positive feedback. There was a Bitcoin which we thought we should be introduced. This was a digital currency which was supposed to be added since it was not there. Okay, now we move to task 5. Task 5, your plans didn't work out and you did not have enough registration. Now our plans which we expected to get participants every week amounting up to 750 didn't work well. We had to analyze the plan of action in this situation, that what are the resources and how many participants contribute. Now, due to lack of funds, there are delays in payments. The old participants seem that neither their own contribution or attract. What are we supposed to do? Now we had registration of 3,750 participants could not be realized. Instead, it was 2,250. The participants that was possible every week. So for the month, we registered only, we subtracted 750, we had 2,250, 2,000. So at the end of the month, we had 7,500 participants. So we have a deficit of 12,000 minus 7,500, which is 4,500 participants. The 7,000 participants we were to get will contribute the negative 7,500. We multiply by the 300 dollars contribution. Now our deficit in contribution is summing up to $3,600,000. We subtract 2,250,000, we get 1,350,000 dollars. What are we supposed to do? We had to reduce logistic funds. This was our plan of action. Now, after what we have seen, we should now spread our seminars. We had to do seminars, we had to show testimonies of successful participants who PH and they have gotten their GH and more bonuses, like when PHing in Bitcoins. We had to mobilize the participants. And during this month now, we had to move to another month. And in task 6, we have during this month, delay in payment increased to 7 days. Referral activity almost reduced to zero. The old members do not attract anyone and do not make contribution. Now, what are we supposed to do here? In new deposit grows as per old. We are told that new deposits grow as per old conditions. This was task 6. This was our plan of actions. In week 1, we had to conduct meetings. In week 2, we had to produce more adverts in online, offline. In week 3, we had to encourage participants to enroll into guided schools and extend earn by conducting seminars. We continue also in week 4 to provide seminars, sharing videos and letter of happiness on social networks. We need to be more active to increase our members and our number of registration. We should increase also the referral bonuses. Those was the plan of action. We had to do it. Now in task 6 again, the budget analysis. Before we had the previous balance of 4,060, our expenses was $2,000. Now our new balance, we have to subtract the previous balance with the expenses, we get to 2,060. Let's move to task 7. Our task 7 was the final task we are supposed to do in this business game, and we have been told that your effort have been sufficient to reverse the situation. A restart took place. It means that there was a restart. All the old marvels are removed. We start to work from the beginning. Now, our plan of action under specified condition for this month. This was our plan. Now we have to do a reputation management, reintroduce an MMM, the ideology. We have to create a SWOT analysis. We need to review the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of MMM, basically on Thailand. And I strongly data awareness through adverts and social media. More seminars and presentations should also be conducted. Those were the main tasks we are supposed to do. And in conclusion, to meet up with the demand and money needed to keep MMM Thailand working, we need to work as a team. Do more of seminars, adverts, more of online marketing and awareness campaign to synthesize the people and encourage them to PH. We must train more guidance so that they can help in reaching out to people and invite them together. Thank you. This was Lawi Tanui presenting for Group 1 Cycle 5 Business Game. MMM, long live MMM.